Now, who can remember what happened last month?
I literally
Oh
stayed
God,
up and
those
watched
are-
the
We
Those are
learned that the
words.
planet was burnt.
I'm feeling fairly confident. You probably have a better idea than I do, though, Lita. So help me out if I'm missing something. So we exited the how would you describe it? The lab, the secret lab. We exited the lab, and we went on our merry way with our balls, and then we were, I think, headed towards Naglamund. We stopped at this place that kind of looked like a Colosseum ruin, and we made camp there. Helena and Lucy showed up, which was really great. But I think before they showed up, that there was that weird blood thing with the sword. That you was like, "Hey, Solas, I have an experiment I want to try out." And Solas is like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Can I have some of your blood?" So weird. But Solas's blood like burned up on the blade, which is a little bent, as we'll learn later. And so, anyways, we're like all going to sleep. I think it was Yu's watch when he heard something kind of weird. off in the distance.
Arazid came over and woke up you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it was Arazid's watch. Thank you, you. / you. And Arazid's watch, and here's something kind of weird. Wakes up you, and they meet Goblin Santa and Terrifying Reindeer. I can't really remember their names.
Minotaur reindeer.
Oh, Minotaur Reindeer. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Nick and Dolly.
Nick and Dolly. Oh, beautiful names. Beautiful. And they bequeathed fantastic gifts upon us. I don't remember everybody's gift, but I do remember that mine is the coolest. Thank you, Helena, for trading with me. I originally had a pack of D4s, which have a much cooler name for pokey things you don't want to step on. But I traded it with Helena for a bag of holding when she saw how much I could use a bag of holding for my magic balls. And which we call Nick's sack, of course, because it was granted to us by Nick and holds balls. And then what did you guys get for Christmas from Nick and Dolly?
I got what was going to be a warhammer until I pointed out I can't use master weapons. At which point, cough, cough, it was a mace. Plus one
magical
weapon.
transfer.
It's a +1 weapon with advantage to attack against frost creatures who I suspect might already be dead if we ever meet them due to, we're in a fucking desert.
Yeah, I know. It's like, dang, are we gonna be fighting something icy here? It seems like we should just keep it safe and use it as a Brita filter.
I'm not complaining necessarily. It's just, I love having things to complain about, and this is perfect for me.
Yeah. It couldn't have been a scorpion claw crusher. I don't know. What did you get?
You got mittens that give cold resistance.
Oh yeah,
which
and we all got
actually
stuck.
isn't too bad.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Did you throw them on the fire though?
No, he burned the socks.
Oh,
We got
okay.
a pair of very interesting socks.
Your grandma knitted them socks, kind of socks. And your grandma isn't talented. All right, and then Solas, I seem to remember you got a beard.
Yeah,
it
was a dumb hat that allowed me to cast Disguise Self, but I had to have a stupid white beard.
It was a brilliant hat. Thank you very much.
So cool.
I agree. That is a fantastic idea. I mean, there's instant disguise self, but you have to have some sort of white beard. It didn't specify what size of beard.
Just
Yeah, but
bushy
that's why-
and white.
So you
That's
could have
why
had
I
a bushy
did West
goatee.
You could have a beard rope. Just
Bushy beard rope.
and Arazid. I remember.
I got
that
hot
you-
chalky.
Yeah. I think like a thermos of hot chalky, which is amazing. I mean, very, very cool.
Never
and
ending.
then
Ollie
is that-
originally got dangerous math rocks.
I did originally get dangerous math rocks, but I made a pretty awesome trade. Thank you, persuasive booty.
You were like, maths is dumb. Give me a bag.
And yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the rocks, I want the sack.
Give me a sack for my balls. Yeah.
Get these rocks off.
So anyways, and I'm sure Lucy got some really good like pets, maybe a bone or something. And so then a lot was debating about where we would go. And I think Sunny really wanted to go to Nagelmund, but I also feel like he's avoiding something.
Sunny wanted to go to the stream north of Lagmond on the off chance that that's
Yes.
where the water orb was, just in
as if it
case
were
we
a
don't
spring.
have to go to the bad city.
And you know what? That's probably gonna bite us in the butt later, because that was a great idea. But we've come up with a pretty good circuitous route to hit the various locations of Dolor. And so we headed down to Lochmond, where we heard of some strange happenings. Which I was so excited about. They had somebody just walk right into the lake. They didn't pay the fine, didn't do anything, and then when they went to drag them back out of there, they were already dead. Oh, it's so
Yes,
funny.
it's a mystery.
Anyways, so Arazid went to Tassa and Aegis. And we were basically just hanging around Lochmond. And then you went to visit his old buddy, Joseph. And he went to see Joseph, and Ollie followed him because his perception roll was so bad. I'm thinking that one. So Ollie was just stalking him really close behind. And he didn't notice him pass a note to Joseph, the guard. So then oh my god, then you, I almost called him Casey, was headed back to the camp, and Ollie went to talk to Joseph and try to seduce him so that she could get close enough to his like waistband so that she could grab that note and see, learn a little bit more about you, see what's up with that. But you had some spidey sense tingling, and he looks back and he sees his best friend, apparently, Joseph, being accosted by this rogue who he knows to be rather roguish.
Busted by a harlot.
And he does what any friend would do in such a situation, and he throws a fucking fireball at them. Ollie tried to jump into Joseph's arms and do a little sleight of hand for the note, but no dice. Did not work. So Ollie ran off. You, I think, confirmed with Joseph that he still had the note, and then took off after her. And they got into a big fight, and feelings were shared. And Ollie was upset, that you had, cock blocked her. And you was upset that Ollie didn't understand the emotional circumstances that his best friend found himself in, given that his child had died and that his wife soon left him thereafter. Yeah, the rest of them were just watching. Anyways, and yeah, we're just getting into this big thing, and I'm like, why are you trying to deny your friend happiness? And he's like, bro, like, not with you. I'm like, maybe you want him. And he's like, Maybe I do. Yeah. And we found out that Yu is really, really bad at identifying genders. He thought that Tassa was a brother. And, and we're thinking that Yu might have a thing for Joseph, that feelings might run deeper than friendship. So we left Lochmond, headed down to Blue Rock Lake. We made camp. Ollie's still a little bit upset with you. But Yu, very cutely, was practicing his J's for his writing. Maybe writing something for Joseph. And we came across the monk monastery, monastery, where Casey learned his craft on the hills above Blue Rock Lake. I can't remember. Did we go in?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, we pieced right out of that. Yeah, we don't need to be thrown off cliffs. Gosh. And now we are headed down to Blue Rock Lake. I believe. I think that's where we ended up.
There's something that wasn't covered in the session specifically, but after Arazid rejoined all of you at Lochmont, he had a real zeal to begin learning how to read and write.
Oh, cute.
And will begin to ask other people to help teach him.
Sonny has warned that he only knows how to write in 3 languages and nobody else seems to speak them. Based on
The
prior
main one is
experiences.
waves.
Yes, he knows how to write in water.
The most obvious, I think, choice that Arazid would go to first would be you.
No. I said not to go for me.
You, Bailey. You.
The character. You.
You, Kanda.
Yes, this is a fun game.
This is fine.
Yes.
This is never going to
Have
get
him
old.
go for him, not for me. He goes for you, but not you.
Yes. Now let's hear from you instead of you. That sounds about right, doesn't it, Dewey?
Yes.
So here's the question. You, Kanda, is approached by Arazid. Very carefully is asked to teach him how to write as well.
You just kind of it's over and well, to you.
I think so.
Now he kind of rubs his fingers together. I'm giving you something. I expect something in return. This is how exchanges go.
Oh, he sort of looks around in his little sacks, not his magic Nick sacks, but his regular sacks. I have gold. I have some gold anyway. Not a lot, not as much as other people, but I do have some.
All right. How about this? 1 piece for lesson. Lesson can be will have happen, whenever you want one. How much are you looking to learn? Just like basic communication, the kind of stylized writing I do, and he kind of shows like some of the like writing and everything that he's been practicing in this big book.
Oh, that looks overwhelming. I think just basic I want to be able to read whatever we come across.
All right, that's not too hard. Do you know anything?
He gets out the materials that he got on his little adventure with Tassa and Aegis, which is like a little board and some material. And he sort of starts scribbling on the board. He's like, letters. And he draws a random squiggle.
What language is that?
Common.
That's wrong.
Oh,
Okay, I guess we can start with the elf. You kind of reaches out to grab whatever it is to write on the board and begins to write just a simple A. Both capital and lowercase. And he kind of then kind of looks towards Arazid. So this is the first letter. It is. You can begin to try and replicate this. Once that you get it good enough, we can move on to the next.
okay. Arazid takes his chalky chalk and he goes and writes this A, this A thing. And well, he's trying his hardest. I'm just gonna say that.
You certainly do try.
He was going to point out like every little mistake, until it's passable. That it can't be like you can't look at it quickly and see that it's not an A type thing. So I'm guessing this process takes like maybe like half an hour, and then we're going to continue with the next letter.
Probably.
And this goes on until we all go to sleep.
You feel very confident in your practicing of the A. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. And then you do a passable job on the B, and then it is time for the Zs. Or the Zs, I suppose you'd say.
Oh, to help Arazid in his journey, I'm going to whip out the commander's diary from my bag and sort of read it to him, or one letter at a time. Entry 1. Our Lady, Cielba, Cielba, Fire Hand, those are important words, returns from her negotiation. That's a hard one.
Oh, that's wait.
I think we need to understand what
Can you
each
point
letter
out-
is
Can you at
before
least
we
point
move
out
on
the
to reading.
A's in this line that you see?
he scans the word negotiation and then quickly points to the A, but he also points to the O.
Yeah, oh, that's a little bit tricky, but see how the A has a little tail here, right? And the O is just like his writing leaves a little bit to be desired, but the O ends at the top, where the A ends at the bottom at the end of the tail off the side.
This is gonna take a while.
It takes everybody a while, but you'll get there.
It takes a village to teach a halfling how to read. But you spend an hour or two on it each night, in the 3 nights that it takes you to get from Lochmond to the rim of Blue Rock Lake.
Don't worry, pretty soon we'll get to the spiciest part.
Day is setting. It is, approximately an hour before sunset by the time that you reach the entrance to the crater that Blue Rock Lake sits within. The town itself hugs very close to the lake. But what you can spy is that on a slightly raised area just outside of the town itself, there appear to be 2 figures crowding around a tower.
I think Solas would kind of look over to those two more than anything. because I believe he has passed through this area before. So he would kind of generally, he would have seen the town before or something.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, you recognize the tower. It is known as the Eternal Clock. It is one of the stranger and more permanent landmarks of the town. It is a clock that the brickwork on it is continuously crumbling to the point where the structure is considered to be quite dangerous, although it doesn't seem to collapse. And despite the look of the stonework, the actual face of the clock is always immaculate. It keeps track of many forms of time: years, seasons, months, moon phases, days of the week, hours, minutes, seconds, sun up, sundown, astrological signs, harvest dates, positions of planets and stars, weather, natural phenomena, alignment of planets, and several other hands that have never been deciphered.
Are we in Prague?
Is that a thing?
Oh, there's an astronomical clock in Prague.
Nice.
It's really beautiful. I don't think it does all that though.
The only thing is does it make coffee?
Yeah, right.
Does the
Like, this is-
clock
this is
have like
good enough.
one hand for one sun, or like two hands for two suns?
Ooh.
I don't believe that Sunny would know the answer to that without going and looking.
So
Sunny sees no problem with this plan.
So what can I make out of the two people around the structure?
So the two figures seem to be about 20 meters away from the tower itself. There is one very small figure and one larger figure, and they are crowding around a statue that has always faced the tower.
Wait, there's a small one and a large one. They don't look like the people that deliver pet presents, do they?
No.
They don't look like Jason Momoa and his scraggly boyfriend.
Oh, you mean Brightsteel?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to approach the tower?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
We need to go to the town anyway.
I might as well check out the incredibly cool clock.
It's basically like on an elevated hill above the town itself. If this basin were completely full with water, the top of the hill would probably still poke through. As you approach, you see that the smaller figure is tying the larger one to the statue. The larger one is saying, "No, not like that, like this!" and giving the smaller one directions.
Are there other people around besides these two?
Not around the tower, no.
In a spark of curiosity, Solas will just begin slowly walking up with a curious smile on his face and just say, "Hello, what might you be doing? Sorry, just a bit curious."
The smaller one just kind of turns to you and goes, "Life-saving!" You see that he is a gnome.
Interesting.
The
Kind of looks to the other.
Yeah, the taller one will go, "Don't worry, this is fully consensual. Nothing to see here."
Right. Well, I'll leave you to you. Kind of just backs off and makes his way out.
He's gonna look at the statue that's like embedded in the ground.
It is approximately 12 feet tall, made of a polished grey stone, and it has been made in the shape of a humanoid. It stares directly at the clock.
He's gonna kind of like stand right beside it and look at the clock.
The largest face is the one that most people would expect. It shows the current time, which appears to be a little bit after 4. Then around it, at each clock hand, at each point on the clock, instead of a symbol to denote the hour, there is a smaller display inside with some form of information on that display. It's essentially a 12 positions on the clock, and each one has its own clock inside it.
He's then gonna look like at the face of this statue and see if he figures out like anything about it.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Can Sunny kind of help with this? Because I kind of wanted to know about the two-hand thing, or one hand, or
Yeah.
two suns.
Go ahead and roll
Not
that with
always like it.
advantage. We'll see if you do better than 18.
Investigation? No.
Nope, never mind. I was helpful.
Sunny is kind of ADHDing his way all around the place right now. Like he's like, "Come on, buddy, you can do it," and then just wanders off in like an opposite direction. The stone statue has been there for some time. You can tell this from the build-up around the sand at the feet, but it is not weathered like one would expect a statue that has been here a long time to look like. It looks as if it was basically emerged from the stone yesterday. The eyes, however, you notice are closed.
He looks towards the two figures and looks back to the statue, looks towards them again. So, what is this statue? Who is it of?
The man who is being tied up says, "Well, legends say that this is a hero called Fezzit."
And what did this hero do?
Apparently, he was a very accomplished wizard back in a time when that was allowed. Oh, Bismuth, no, you don't tie a knot like that. Use the hangman stocks.
What are you trying to do? If I can help, will I be compensated?
You will have the pleasure of knowing that you have saved a man's life.
How is this going to save your life again?
The two share a fairly significant glance between one another. I am in danger tonight. But if I still am here in the morning, then my life will have been saved.
You just places like a finger between on the bridge of his nose, like just kind of pinching it and just. That's everybody every night, you absolute idiot.
At this, you hear the smaller one, who has been referred to as Bismuth, chuckling.
You just kind of turns and look towards the group. Are we done here?
So they're trying to save a life by tying him to a statue so he will still be there the next night.
In the morning?
What's going to take him away in the night?
Why?
nothing particularly important. No.
What's the unimportant thing that was going to take him away in the night?
The younger one, the smaller one, sorry, just like leans in and goes, "You don't have to tell everybody, you bloody fool."
Oh, but you can tell us. Really?
Sunny isn't everybody. He is Sunny.
Sunny is a friend to all, and I'm a friend to Sunny, which makes me a friend to everybody. Hi, pleased to meet you. My name is Ollie, and yeah, how about you just tell us what you're doing here? And why?
So at this point, you could either make a persuasion check to try and get some information out of him, or you could otherwise examine him to try and discern it.
That's a low roll.
Shouldn't have given you the option, really, should I? Of course it was going to be perception. Persuasion.
Persuasion. Like, okay. Analyze? No.
The older man shows his opposite cheek to you, one that he has been kind of like pressing up against a statue, and you see that there are 3 very deep, tinged green looking cuts that have gone quite deep into his cheek and down his neck. That is why.
Can I ask you something else?
Why not just heal scratches? Then scratches won't take you a night.
The gnome has finished tying his friend up, turns to you and goes, "You don't know much about how curses work, do you?"
Sunny thinking you have a spell for that.
Yeah, Ollie and Sunny. Actually, we have some experience in this matter.
Oh yeah, because of the bread, and then you kept going blind and like dying. I remember that.
Yep. Oh, please bring it all back. I wanted to ask you, big guy, big son, large man,
Trim.
grim,
Trim.
prim, like prim and proper.
Trim.
Oh, trim. Sorry.
My guess was
huge. Were you cursed by any chance by, and forgive my language here, the great bitch?
I mean,
What in the world are you talking about?
You know, the dragon that
the great bitch of the sky.
Yeah, she
For
wreaks
the
havoc
love
over
of the
Jareth.
sun.
Oh, you should write that down in your book once you're done your love letter to Joseph.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
But was this the doing of the great bitch of Jareth? You know, not the not the other one.
There's another one?
Well, I might have been going too far with that.
I mean,
There used to be a third.
I mean, it was a bit of a hairy situation, but it was not a dragon. You think the great bitch has claws this small, honey?
You
We
know, I
only seen
really
Great
don't
Witch at a
know.
distance. She might have had smaller claws we couldn't see.
Oh, for sure. And you know when sometimes you get the claw tips, right? Like when you're fighting a jungle cat.
It was not a dragon.
What's
I
a
had
jungle?
Unfortunate run-in with some beasts.
So, should Sunny just
So-
end curse now?
So, if we were to take care of these beasts, kill them and kill them dead, what would be in it for us?
I assume you is saying this whilst Sunny is casting Remove Curse already. Or
Probably.
does Sunny kind of key into this and realize profit is occasionally fun?
Is you able to say that within 6 seconds?
I mean, he just did.
Yeah.
Well, it technically was a question, so nobody's answered the question, so he's probably not doing it.
One of them will turn to you and go, well, plenty of information. You are new in town, yes? We are old in town.
I'm so naming my next character something like me.
All right. But what in the way of monetary value? You know, the thing that makes the world go round.
The world isn't round.
You know what? I never thought of that. Somebody's always said that to me.
You will find soon here that money disappears quickly. What is really valuable is information.
All right. Kind of looks towards the group. So, what do we charge them?
Have they seen any glowing magic pools?
That seems like it's giving our card away.
Just the usual.
Usual.
Excuse me?
Every morning.
They both like glance towards the town and gesture to it, and yeah, the lake inside does seem to be very bright and blue.
I wonder if
Do you
there's a way to
struggle
breathe
with
underwater.
shapes? That's not a ball. That's a I don't know, like a crescent.
All
Or
right.
so.
Also, how is Sunny asking a question like that giving away? They would give answer as payment for us doing things.
No, that's very true. You're right. You're right, buddy. You're right.
So, how much would you be willing to give if we were able to remove this curse?
I would give you all of the answers that you want. And and you can sleep in my farm tonight. You could sleep in his house, but he is very small, and so is his house. So yes, mine, please.
You kind of turns towards the group. I think this is agreeable.
Okay.
Yep.
Solas says from like 20 miles, like 10 meters away. What?
What is Solas and Arazid doing at the moment?
Solas is like from a distance, just casually observing the clock from several angles. But trying to get just a decent read on it from afar.
You have never had a more accurate knowledge of your mortality until you saw this clock again.
Nice.
And Arazid?
There's this looking at this area and trying to distinguish the difference between a sphere and a crescent, because I don't think he's ever heard the word crescent before. That's a new one.
Fair.
Crescent moon?
Arazid takes some time to ponder about geometry. Sunny casts Remove Curse?
Yep. This time for real.
Go ahead and just link that spell in the chat for me, please. Thank you.
It doesn't work if he's an object. Are we objectifying him?
Well,
Oh,
Ollie
no.
is here. You reach out, you touch his cheek, the one that has the claw marks on. After you murmur the spell, the green tinge seems to fade away, and now the cuts more look like normal cuts.
Yeah, what the hell? Cure wounds.
You cure wounds, and you see the now uncursed claw marks knit themselves back together. And all
Well,
the
that was
time,
my one good roll for the game.
Trim is freaking out. He brings his hand up to his face, and he's touching it and feeling the smooth skin, and he begins to cry. I never thought I would have my face back like this.
Yu snaps and kind of points towards them. All right, time for us to collect our payment.
Yes, okay, fine. What do you need to know?
All right, so first things first. There is a way to Jarrus from here. Is there a way to get safe passage? What lies ahead in the way to Jarrus from here?
Canyon?
Yes, the canyon is the normal way that people go to and fro. I believe that there are some boats that the Jurassians use to quickly get between the pair. Otherwise, it's a good 2 days trek through the canyon, and it's very cold in there.
What's a boat?
It's like a big wooden bowl that people sit in on the water, so they don't get wet. Actually,
Alright.
Bismuth, could you untie me now, please?
Cold
Bismuth
as
is
in
just
how
like-
how cold? Like, are we talking like top of mountains cold, or are we talking like desert at night cold? Are we?
It's like desert at night times 10.
Noted. So, around here, what's the most recent news? Anything happening, you know?
Well, there's always a little bit happening. Right now, the biggest thing is dealing with the mayor's child and their gang.
Alright, if we kill them all, what will that get us?
Kicked out of the town. This is the mayor's child who runs it.
Okay, so if we kill everybody but that child, what do we get?
Whoa,
A very
whoa.
bad
Every
child.
city?
But then you also have to take account of the fact that at any one time there are at least a dozen Jurass guards stationed in here. They just sent a newly appointed corporal down to run things.
Alright.
If
Ollie
a
is
newly-
considering if she is
Come here.
actually the rogue here.
if a newly appointed person gets sent here, does that mean they sent here because it's important, or they want them away from city?
Trim shrugs. He's not exactly a likable fellow.
So, what can you tell me else about these guards and everything?
Stay very clear of them. Because if you get on their bad side in the slightest, they will attempt to capture you, and they will drag you all the way up to Jurass for slave duty. Or failing that, they will just kill you. The gang that the mayor's child runs call themselves the Order of the Bottom Cliff Sirens. Basically, if you see someone walking around that's got a bunch of feathers and doesn't speak normal, stay away.
so we have two factions that are probably going to end up fighting each other relatively soon.
So
This
if
is
we-
going to be a fun town.
The town contains people with brightly coloured heads who talk weird.
You kind of points towards the statue. All
Looks
right.
towards
So
Ollie.
this statue looks like it's been here not that long because all the features and everything are still very defined.
You would think that,
But he
wouldn't
points towards the sand at the feet, but it's been here a while. What is up with this statue?
you? Yeah, that is the question. Don't let the sand build-up fool you. We get a lot of wind in this area. Something about the funneling of the cliffs and the mountains that cause a big build-up. That much can occur over less than a day. Poor Bismuth would probably have found me buried in the morning. Ha 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 ha. He stands up, being now not tied up anymore. Bismuth is kind of coiling his rope again and muttering under his breath.
Alright, so what else can we get out of you? Is there been any activity here recently from anybody from Neglamund, perhaps? Not sure.
There are some worries about Snaglamund at the moment. You see, I'm not entirely sure how it works. Bismuth, you know more. Yes. The lapis dye that Blue Rock produces is reliant on one thing: beeswax. There's only one place that we know of that gets beeswax, and that place has just gone to war. We have
Ban?
some Naglimund, I believe it is called. The House Dagmar produces the beeswax.
So, out of character, a certain short-statured individual we know just went and fucked over this entire place's economy.
Possibly. Bismuth continues. My friend Gilbert, he is the one who is in charge of the processing. He tells me that they have a good amount of supply of beeswax currently, enough for a few more months. But they are worried about the war. Because if Blue Rock cannot supply its quota to Duras, then Duras will do what it does best on Blue Rock again.
Well, that's
It sounds tough, but I mean, we were by the lock, seeing a big army
had a
marching. I don't know how long this will last. Then again, Naban is like some pretty good fighters from what I've heard. Not that I've been heard much.
I mean, from what I've heard, it's a bunch of vicious snake people that use skin for a lot of things, so I feel like they have a chance. Which is not a good thing. Right? Is it a good thing? I don't know.
If Sunny get long rest, Sunny can probably try. Sunny has a plan.
I have a question.
Yes.
Those beasts that you mentioned that gave you that nice green cut on your face. Where did you meet them?
I was taking a very ill-advised stroll around the rim of the lake. And then suddenly I was beset by 3 wolves.
Do you know how many there are in total? Like, if we go kill them, will we get anything?
I am not sure, but perhaps the new corporal or the guild hall might have a bounty out on them.
Oh, good.
You keep mentioning this corporal. What's his name or hers? Equal opportunity.
His name is Izorn.
Okay.
That's familiar.
You know that person? I take
Ollie
it.
is going to hands on her hips, turn
Ollie's
around,
going to
and
seduce
a
him.
big stretch. Just, all right. Okay. All right. All right.
Are you okay, Ollie?
So do you know this person?
I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up right now, you.
I'll take this as a yes.
All right. If I kill them, what's in it?
What is it with you?
Man's gonna make
Whatever,
one.
Let's focus on
Look,
that.
I've come with you, went into some random research thing, and didn't come out with a copper to my name for it.
Wait, did you just call yourself I? I thought you were you.
It's so Sunny. It's a little bit
Sunny.
confusing, but
No.
I love that name. Seriously.
I'm glad someone does.
yeah. I'm like, I can't agree.
Well, if it's any consolation knowing this, and Solas kind of leans into you a bit, Ollie has a metric fuck ton of money.
Oh my god.
So,
I'm
The
emotionally
betrayal.
devastated, and that's what you do? Oh.
So
what a
yeah,
dick.
you kill annoying guard person that we met in the past, and
I don't see how this is a betrayal just now. Solas has already stolen 5 gold from you.
Yeah, only 5, and Ollie doesn't actually know about that.
Ollie got very drunk and suffered medium head wounds that night, as if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
so you kind of fold his arms, and so I'm taking you probably don't want to interact with this person. So, what if we invite him out for a night of drinks,
Oh,
and
God,
then
no.
bring him to a back alley?
Yeah, bad idea. Bad idea.
last
You
time
know
we
how I
invited
know?
someone out for drinks, someone got married and went to war.
That is true.
To be fair, those were already in motion, not a result of the drinks.
Ollie is having
It's 50-50 if Sonny can figure that one out.
Fair.
Ollie's having flashbacks of Tiamat. Or Tiamat, the guard. Tiamat from
I'm trying
Jareth.
to remember where we'd
Yep.
met that guard before.
Ollie seduced him on the streets of Jareth and invited him in for a drink at the late night inn. And the rest of the story is PTSD.
Wait, is that the same guard? That can't be the same guard.
It's definitely not the same guard as like the corporal here.
I was gonna say.
Because Tiamat is now literature.
Yes.
Right.
Men like that are easy to read.
These are the pages of a book. It's not the history books.
He's
Yeah,
geography.
that was.
All right.
Yeah,
Do we have anything?
Might have been in Vola's wedding dress. Who are we?
Anything else we want to ask now, or should we go to the farm and set up?
You know that if Vola were getting married, she wouldn't wear clothes.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Just saying.
I'm just imagining a very tasteful nude beach wedding, like a surprisingly tasteful nude beach wedding with a bunch of orcs.
Now imagine Vola in the middle of it.
I'm imagining it. Oh, the memories. Oh, I feel bad.
Naked orc grandma.
No,
Yep.
she's dressed there, but oh, that poor guy.
I mean, there's
Oh,
a
Why
way.
does she look? Why does she look like Palpatine though?
I mean, didn't she always?
Fair point.
So
Palpatine's grandmother.
Perhaps we could take you to the town's inn, buy you all a drink. Well, we buy ourselves one as well, as a thanks for your timely aid.
I don't forget we're also staying on the farm at least tonight.
Yes, of
Yo,
course.
and one more question, if you don't mind. Where is the corporal staying?
I believe in the barracks, along with his men. Come, let us wander into town, and we will show you.
Okay, Ollie is gonna hitch up her hood, and hide her
Ollie's
hair.
good.
Basically, Ollie is more concealed than anyone has ever seen her.
Without
feel like
using
this
Have you
her very
finally-
unique abilities.
Well, I don't want to give myself away as a changeling to trim here.
Have you finally decided to have some modesty?
Yeah, that's definitely it. You know what? You
But
really
you keep
inspired
calling
me
her a
right there.
whore. She hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but
Well, but
Yeah.
that doesn't count. But
Tried to seduce
we're
my
not
best
going to talk
friend
about that.
in the open? I don't know.
Would you prefer me to do it in not in
To
the
be fair, she hasn't done anything,
We
but
were
that's
just
mostly because she
talking.
hasn't had the chance to. People
yeah,
keep interrupting her,
exactly.
like naked old grandma with a knife.
Oh god.
Wait, what?
Oh god. Let's just
What?
guys, can we
Was
task
it,
in hand, okay, fellas?
It wasn't so much a fling as it was what's another word for knife waving?
Oh my god.
stab?
Fling is a good term. Oh my god. Yeah, she took a stab at it.
Sure.
Arazid is gonna pat Ollie's back.
I don't know.
It
if
wasn't
I
so much a
deserve
fling
that
as it was a
right now.
slash.
Oh my gosh. A slashing success. Yeah,
Slash
guys,
good.
come on.
A real
Can we,
slasher of entertainment.
can we please stop talking about this?
All right. Yeah, let's.
We finally get to see this map.
Yeah, let's go with the.
And it's
Oh
next
my
to
god,
Pompeii
it's so
on it now.
beautiful. Oh, this is a really nice looking town with a dick presiding over it. That's great. I say under my breath so Trim doesn't hear. Oh, it's beautiful.
All right. Which building's which?
Give me a sec to upload their tokens and adjust the
Oh,
sizes.
very cute. Oh, very cute.
I like how the little guy's. No.
It's adorable.
I like how the little guy was the big one and the big guy was the little one.
There we go. So, welcome to Blue Rock Lake. Bismuth is just gonna wave and say, like, this is your curse, this is your problem. See you later, pal. And he begins
Bye-bye, friend.
to toddle off.
He waves.
Okay,
Interesting friend you got.
indeed. So over here, we have South Lake Farm. It is not my farm. That's why it's gross. Well, I say gross. The person who runs it, Amory, they're fine. Here we have the town square. Over there is the guild hall. Here is the market area. That is Bismuth's house. Try saying that when you're drunk.
Are you drunk?
I might be a little, because actually that's Bismuth's house.
Oh,
That is the mayor's house.
Ah.
And then here is Main Street, also known as the Only Street.
Good name.
Only Street. Here is the tavern. I believe it is called Enter the Flagon. Right at the end, you have the jeweler shop. and next to it is the lapis processing building, and then opposite that, right here, is the guard barracks.
Quaint place you got here.
It's okay. And, yes, you see this lovely lake over here? On the other side of the lake, that is my farm.
Oh, let's go this way then. You know, take the scenic route.
Thought we were going to go get some drinks.
Do we have to?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know, I'm feeling really tired, it's getting really late. Maybe we could go right to the farm. Yeah. You must have some grog on you, hey? Trim?
I don't. I grow figs and cotton. And, very occasionally some,
You
Well,
need any help around the farm?
I guess I think we're going to the tavern.
Stop.
Wait a second. Sorry,
She,
getting
Well,
a
um,
monster. I
enter the
forgot like
tavern.
never mind.
If Ollie really doesn't want to go, maybe we can wait by the farmhouse for you guys.
I think it's better to stay together.
Yes, let's cotton on to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
I will murder you. There's a time and place for puns. You got them both right, but the puns were off.
He makes his way inside and then just hops up on the bar.
Ollie's gonna peek around the corner to survey the bar and, who the patrons are, if she recognizes anybody.
So you're having a little peek around. Trim will notice that. He will just pop by again and say, "You see those two in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the Order of the Bottom Lake Sirens. Two of its members, anyway. That's the mayor's child over there, Darua.
Oh, is he the dark one or the green one?
They are the green one.
Ah, they. I see. And what was they's name again?
Darua.
Darua.
Like the baby.
Ah. Darula. That's what he's gonna be.
Darua. Oh god. Yeah, I really should have thought that name through a bit better. I can't look at it from the perspective of your chaotic minds. And over there is, I don't know if it's Whistler or Chimer or Dribbler or Rustler, but it's one of those four. They're not dangerous, but they are very annoying.
Is there a window or bars leading that you could look through into that room ahead of us?
These are all windows.
Oh, okay. So it's just a brick wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, maybe we should go here.
All right.
What's this bit here then? Is that just an open area in the middle of?
That is a lowered pit area. If you were to ask Trim this specifically, he would tell you that it is for evening entertainment.
Fights.
As some of you get a little bit closer to this pit, you see that some of the sand within is a slightly reddish colour.
Oh, so it's like that thing that was happening in the street outside one place, only this place has an actual pit for it.
Hey, Sunny, maybe you should check that for bones.
I feel like there's a terrible joke in there about looking for bones that I can make with you. But I can't, because every time you attempt to look for one, you get interrupted.
Yep, that's true. I'd be a terrible archaeologist.
Speaking of
Or failing.
interruptions, a very tall figure comes from around the back. You notice that they have very long pointy ears that are mostly hidden by even longer, straight white hair. They give you all a very withering look. Hello again, Trim. I see you have friends this time.
Hello, friend.
Trim will go, Yep, good evening, Venga. Is Rengar in? The character behind the bar snorts. Of course, you only just want them.
Lots of non-binaries in the Blue Rock Lake.
Well, considering the DM, I'm amazed it took it this long for us to find an area like this.
Blue Rock Lake is paradise.
Honestly, there were only 3 and you just happened to have run into all 3 of them at once. Wait.
Well,
Yes,
at
only
least
3.
I know how to insult the mayor's son.
Child.
Exactly.
Oh yes, misgendering is always fun.
Especially when you,
Twins?
Oh, there's two
only
of
when
them
you
now.
don't like the person.
Another figure comes round from the bar. This one is a lot more smiley. Ah, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you doing today, Trim? You see that they've got a little a lute in their hands that they've been kind of plucking a little bit as they speak.
You just lets out a sigh and looks towards the one that was being kind of passive aggressive. I prefer you.
Vengar gives you a twisted look. Finally, someone of taste.
All right. So, what's the situation going on around here? How much is a drink?
What kind of drink are you after?
What do you got?
The more smiley one will kind of tuck their way around the corner. And will just engage in some fairly animated conversation with Trim and Sunny. The more dour one, Vengar, will continue. Well, we have some quite lovely, sharp lime wine that is made here at the lake. We have a very limited supply of mead. We have some pure water. That's always very popular this time of year.
Which is the one that Sully did the dance around? I've already forgotten.
No, I'll go with the lime.
Oops,
The
wrong
lime.
way around. So
Oh,
this
they did
is-
have different pictures.
Yeah, I wanted to confuse you first, but I do have separate portraits for both of them. So this is Vengar, and this is Rengar. Rengar is
So
the
basically,
nice one.
they're like those classic theatre masks. One's happy and one's grumpy.
More or less.
All right, I'll take a glass of the wine. How much is it?
That is 1 silver.
You places it on the table and slides it towards them.
They will take out from below the bar a dark bottle. As they uncork the lid, your eyes begin to tickle, and your nose is getting a bit itchy at the power of this aromatic citrusy scent coming out of the bottle. Vengar takes a very small glass and pours out a very small amount of the wine and slides it over to you.
Ooh, Sunny want that. It means Sunny's nose dance.
One
You
silver,
kind of picks it up a
please.
bit.
Well, I see you have everything all in store here. Let me just go back and practice for tonight.
You kind of picks up
That girl
Picks
will
up
roll
the
their eyes and
glass.
just go, ha 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 ha.
You'll pick up the glass and kind of like whirl the wine around a bit before taking a
Sunny
sip.
takes liquid and puts it in mouth.
Both of you.
Serious question about those two.
Hmm.
By any chance, when they get drunk, does the surly one turn into a happy one and the happy one turn into a surly one?
You'll have to get them drunk to find that out.
Damn!
I'm not going to give you the answer that quick. That would be amazing to find out in person. So what you taste is like sucking on the teat of a lime. It is so sour, it makes your sinuses itch. Dependent on whether your race has sinuses and how vulnerable you are to
I need to look that up.
yeah, to sensory overload. I mean, technically reptiles don't, but humanoid reptiles is another matter.
You kind of like blinks a couple times, like getting the tears out and everything.
I
That's
think
surprisingly good.
You know,
I think turtles might have sinuses because they can have snot.
nice, very cool. You, Kanda, can now taste colors. Not permanently. It's an aftertaste of the wine. You feel as if your senses have been so assaulted that now you can taste color.
You kind of looks towards the one behind the bar. So, kind of like nods his head towards the pit. The entertainment around here, do the competitors get a cut?
Of course. If they survive.
Alright, is
No,
this
I'm kidding.
like
It's mostly just a square for entertainment. The acoustics are quite good, or so my sibling says. Occasionally we have death matches.
that's more my speed. I'm gonna say I'm not one for any instruments. I don't even know how to play one if I'm being completely honest, but I do know how to end a life. Kind of takes another sip of this wine, gets overpowered by it before kind of, coming back to his senses once again, and so, do you know there's any bounty on the wolves that are around that cause this guy so much grief? And he kind of nods his head towards Trim.
On that subject, whilst Rengar was at the front of the bar, it appears that Trim has procured from them a small selection of glasses filled with this same liquid that he is now wanting to take over to the others. Rengar will rub their chin for a second. Well, I must say the guards don't come in here quite as often as they used to. The new corporal is a bit of a tight ass, so I hear. But I was having a walk down past the guild hall earlier today, and I did hear something about a bounty. It will be closed now, but in the morning I'm sure that you could find out.
Perfect, thank you very much, and you will place another silver on the counter and slide it towards them.
Incidentally, we do have rooms available upstairs.
I think How much do you trust that trim one? Because he's offered to let us stay at his farm for at least tonight.
Vengar snorts kind of condescendingly. Trim couldn't betray himself. He is a very simple man.
Sunny knew he liked him for a reason.
You kind of smirks. Noted. I wonder how long we can take breaking a curse and waving it over his head for. I get the feeling I might leave this place very, very ahead.
His family apparently have passed down something called Midwestern hospitality. He is a very simple sort, very easy to take advantage of, very willing to help others.
Sounds like my kind of fool.
Well, that's the problem. Being such a fool, he has very little to offer you. If he weren't one of the few willing to get his hands dirty, then he would have no use at all. Except maybe... And Vengar looks at the pit.
What about these guards? You said that the new corporal's quite the hard ass. Do you know anything about them?
I know that Izorn was recently promoted. I'm not sure why, but he certainly enjoys the drink, even if he doesn't now allow any of his guards to. It's eaten into my profit margins quite a bit.
Seems one of the people I travel with has some past, so it might get fixed, it might not. It all depends on how things play out.
Most people do have pasts, yes.
Thanks for the drink and the information. I'll let you get back. What you
Enjoy
were
your
doing
stay
again.
here at Enter the Flagon Tavern.
You'll kind of nod and take another sip of this wine. And once again, begin nearly crying.
From the back, you can hear Rengar's voice go, "Do the line properly!" Vengar will... He kind of does... they do exactly what you did back near the clock. They pinch the bridge of their nose. You can hear them mutter unto themselves, 8, 9, 10. Thank you for the drinks, and please enjoy your stay here at Enter the Flagon Tavern, where we are always committed to hydrating you.
You're welcome.
And then from the back, you can hear that same nauseatingly cheerful voice go, "That's it. All you need to do is smile." "I'm not smiling," Vengar returns.
If you smile on the inside, it shows on the outside.
My inside is hollow.
Is it a smile-shaped hollow?
It is an empty, deep, black hollow filled with misery.
Sunny heard shadow. That means Sunny's fireballing.
No.
If Sunny were to genuinely make any hostile action, Vengar would fully meet your gaze and they would just go, "Try me."
You kind of like raises a hand, trying to like put
Relax.
Sunny.
That was the last of the terrible jokes. Well, unless of course I can. Okay, that was the last of the That was the last of the terrible jokes about blowing people up.
Good.
I may cotton on to some more later.
I mean, I can't say I've spotted a joke so far.
I have got to come up with actual voices for characters. It's hard to tell what the line is.
I think you are more of my siblings type of customer. But you on the other hand, they look at you. You're all right. But
You're pretty alright in my book.
enjoy your drinks. Good for degreasing cogs and killing brain cells. Excuse me. And then they go over to this stove-looking thing over here. And then you can hear some very loud whispered arguments between the two of them. You hear a couple of snippets, like, you're always like this. Why can't you just be nice? Mum gave you all of the nice genes. That's why. And so on and so forth. Trim arrives at the table with 4 shot glasses on it, filled with a cloudy green liquid that makes you all want to sneeze.
Thank you.
Drinks up and everything, yes? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
He will walk around the table, handing one to each of you before sitting down.
I'm sorry, but could I have something kind of private I want to say, and yeah. Sorry, I make everything awkward.
Oh, okay. Private to me, or?
No, private without you.
Okay. Excuse me while I just go to the privy hall.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm awful. I'm a terrible person.
Oh no, don't apologize. I completely understand. It was my getting in the way. Y'all have a nice little talk.
I would love if you just went to the far corner of the sand pit.
And he begins to head upstairs.
Oh God, I'm a terrible person, but this is really important.
Yeah, I think you're fine. I'm gonna look at my shot glass. Solas, you want this?
You know what it is?
No.
Fuck it. Solas grabs it and just downs it.
Make a constitution save, please.
Hell yeah.
The others have sipped, but you're downing it. But pain, fire, that's your middle name, baby. You down it.
How can it be my middle name if I don't have a last name?
That you know of. Yeah, you down it. You can feel this hot itching going down your throat and like up into your eyeballs and the top of your nose. You kind of cough and smoke literally comes out of your mouth as you do so.
Oh,
But it tastes quite nice, actually. It's very sharp. But there's a bit of a pleasant aftertaste there too.
Can't say I recommend it, but I also very much recommend it. Just puts the glass on the table. Oh. The best worst experience of my life.
Arazid takes a little sippy.
You take a little sippy sip, and it is like something is like dancing on your mouth. It feels like it's like that crackling of that creature from the entrance to the facility cave. It's like that on your tongue.
Just has to grab his hot chalky to, cleanse the palate.
Rinses out his mouth
Taster.
with the hot chalky. He's not a fan. He gives it to
Passes
Solas.
Sure. Still recovering.
Arazid turns to Ollie, and his eyes are very, very narrow and serious. And he crosses, he laces his hands together, and he leans forward, and he goes, "What is going on?"
Okay, I guess I can tell you guys. All right. So, it might be hard to believe, but I used to have a family. You know, not you guys.
Shit.
Yeah, okay, just shut the fuck up. You mom's a god. You don't even understand. But
I'd say that was a burn, but you know.
his whole life's a burn.
Freeze a burn.
But,
My whole existence is a burn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I live in spite of the world.
anyways, enough about you. This is about me.
Yes,
enough
and
about that
Ollie's
you
me
over
despite
there
the
too.
world.
Anyways, so I had a mom and I had a dad and I had a little baby brother. Reminds me a lot of Arazid. And one day, there was this low-level guard, and he's a dick to everybody. He's just a real asshole. And my dad decided that, he'd mess with him. Because everybody messes with this motherfucker. Like, he's such a piece of shit, My dad goes and, tries to trick him out of all of his money. And, it worked initially. But then the guard, he found out, and he went to our house one night. And I wasn't home. I was at a friend's. And he killed my whole family. He killed my dad and my mom and my brother. And I came back home to their bodies. And, I kind of had to look out for myself after that. And I joined up with the Thieves Guild, trying to get information if they knew, who did it. And it was that fucking asshole guard. And his name was Easthorn. And now I guess he's the corporal around here. And I've always vowed that if I met him again, I would kill him myself. I guess I'm just wondering if I'm ready for that. But
now you've told me that I want to kill him, so if you're not, then.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not alone anymore. I have you guys. And, yeah, I think I'd really like to kill him.
What was your family like?
Oh, well, I guess they were a lot like me, but funner and nicer. My little brother was a lot like you. He was a lot nicer than me. Except he could read.
Okay, well, I'm trying to be nice here.
I know. I think we're just getting so close. I'm pushing you away. Okay.
Also, did Arazid just get friend zoned?
This is too much emotionally right now, but I really appreciate your guys' support. And no, me and Arazid are married. Whatever voice of Sunny I just heard in my head from a far distance away.
Does Sunny stay at the bar, or would either he or you wander over?
You staying at the bar.
He's too attracted to that woman. I was going to say something else, but then I completely forgot what I was going to say. Anyway.
No, he has to be there in case anybody else comes in. They can look behind his shoulder and, you know.
Also, I'm pretty sure that we established that you is not attracted to women.
Here's the thing.
And
the
which
reason
woman?
that I default to they, them with these two is that you
I-
literally
exactly.
cannot tell.
Exactly. You is intrigued.
Maybe you is like just standing there trying to work out
What
the
he'll say to
gender.
Joseph.
Yes, trying to work out what to say to Joseph. Why do I turn so many characters gay?
Gee, I wonder.
She that looks that look. Oh.
Say it like it's a bad thing. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, yes.
Hello.
Brain, please, for the love of God, work.
I know
The
that
most
feeling.
eloquent speaker of us all.
Does anybody else come in at all, or?
Not in the last few minutes.
Sunny's gonna go see what happened to the friend that disappeared upstairs. Now that his brain no longer thinks in, the rainbow.
Sonny's just fucking loving life.
But the rainbow is produced by sunlight, so by default you're always thinking about the rainbow.
I meant the fact that Sunny is no longer, tasting in smells and hearing in colours.
Oh, I get you.
Oh my gosh.
You begin to head up the stairs as Trim begins to head down. It's like, they have quite a comfortable privy up here. It's actually indoors. Are the group done talking yet? They were very apologetic and asked for me to give them a little privacy.
He just needs to give Sunny like 5 seconds there to process. Sunny might have come down from the rainbow a minute ago, but somebody just said privy and indoors in the same sentence.
You're right there. Oh, right, of
Probably.
course. This is your first time drinking lime wine. Your head must be a bit undone right now.
If Sunny's head's any more in the clouds, he's gonna meet the goddess.
Sounds like a fun time. I guess I'll wait at the bar with him.
Yes.
How's it going?
You kind of looks over and narrows his eyes a bit. Oh, you're back. Kind of like nods his head towards the fire table. So, those ones over there, are they part of that gang that you were talking about?
Aye, that they be.
Alright. And if I was to go throw the rest of this, and he like holds up like the half empty glass of wine in one of their face, what do you think would happen?
Oh, gee. Let me think. If you did it to Darua, then you'd probably get some rather weird pranks pulled on you in the next few days. They're not a particularly forgiving sort. If you were to do it to any of the Kenku, then you would have to watch your back, because they listen very well and they are good at hiding.
Alright, so the one in charge just does this as a side gig, playing pranks and everything. The other ones are the ones that actually will stab me in the back.
Pretty much.
Noted.
Oh, hiya, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Been settling in okay?
Yeah, this, like, lime wine? It is a ride.
Oh, it's
Sunny's
beautiful,
head
ain't it?
It is.
started spinning on Sunny, so Sunny walked in another direction to keep it still.
It's,
That's what you were doing.
it's pretty okay. I mean, it's not too bad, but man, strong. How, like, has anybody thought about dumping, like, a little bit in some water, diluted a bit? Because I think it'd be really good then.
Trim nods. Oh, we did try that. Yeah, the problem is that it ends up going a bit too bitter.
I see.
You know, if they need more limes, that's always good for me. I'm the one that grows them, see?
Right, right. So, I mean, Gun looks towards the smaller one. Bismuth, was it? What do you do around here?
I range. I'm a ranger.
Okay, okay. So, like hunting, or?
Yeah.
Interesting. What is?
It's mostly just kind of gathering herbs, honestly, helping Yvain like make her little tinctures, and occasionally I'll gather up a corpse I find in somewhere in the wild.
Found any corpses recently, or?
Yeah, I did find a horse earlier in the week. Now that I mention it, did have quite a few big scratches in the side. I thought it was just wolves, but. And Bismuth kind of glances over to Trim. Oh, sorry, a bit of a sore subject for you, eh? Trim just gives a smile and is like, oh no. I'm all over that now.
Well, perhaps we should. I'll grab that one over there and kind of like nods towards Sunny, and go see what we're gonna do from here. All right.
Hey,
All right.
we're just gonna be here.
All right. Yu's gonna kind of like come up, grab like Sunny's shoulder, and kind of, okay, come on, and kind of guide him over towards like the table,
Okie dokie.
and put him in the seat. He'll kind of lean on the wall. All right, what are we doing?
Is Ollie still reliving her tragic backstory?
I'd imagine that at this point, Ollie is just kind of like an Arazid's rubbing slow circles into her back. But I think I think Ollie's kind of done talking about it. You know how like sometimes that just brings up, you know, feelings, and Ollie doesn't like that shit. So if Solas or Arazid wanted to do a short, quiet recap, that would be much appreciated.
Okay. Well, there's a bad person here, and the bad person did a bad thing to Ollie and Ollie's family. And so, without saying too much of Ollie's business, because I don't know if that's my business to do, we have to find this person, and we're going to make him suffer like never before.
All right. So I guess this is the unofficial way that you're telling me to get lost?
No. Actually, you know what? This is so important to me, you. I'm willing to pay you.
All right, that's more than fine. What's the standard going for a life?
How about, let's see, How much money do I have? How about 50 gold pieces?
Double it.
Can't. Can't.
75.
Yep, worth it to me.
All right. So, I'm guessing this is the person that you had a reaction about. I got some info. Apparently, they like to drink, but they don't let their men drink or anything. Sounds like they're quite bad to the men.
Yeah, you
We
would have a
could-
problem with that because you care so much about the men and how they are treated.
I care about one man, and one
yes.
man only. Do not get me mistaken.
All right. Wait, are you talking about you or are you talking about Joseph?
I'm talking about myself.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's not what I thought, but okay.
I don't care how you take it. I'm only looking out for me.
And Joseph, if anybody goes near him, so you might want to. I want to reflect on that a little, but okay.
So, I also did a little bit. Seems like those people over there, and he kind of like nonchalantly kind of nods a bit towards the group down here. Apparently, their leader just kind of does it for pranks and everything. But the other ones might actually stab you in the back if you do anything to them.
The shits and giggles gonna kill you, gang.
Sorry, that is.
It's very true. I think everybody's like, holy shit, hot tiefling in the.
No, the you talking to a dog got me. So, I think it best. I'm going to. Have you guys ever been to Jarrus at all, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Haven't you?
You met in Jarrus.
No,
They very
Not
mean
really.
people.
I'm from up around Neglemund area. Haven't really traveled that far out. So I'm going to offer my services, and try and see what I can do. Sound good?
Sounds good.
I'm going to try and offer my services. Perhaps get hired on as a guard. That'll give me an in.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have pretty good references. Or I don't know. Your muscles they speak for themselves.
I don't know.
The
what I
thing
can
is
do, but
that,
I-
or I try and do an interview here. We try and get him very drunk, like I said, bring him into a back alley, and well,
Flashback of Tiamat. Flashback. But okay, I'm gonna swallow that and accept it.
that, or there's also the one if we don't want to get like outright caught, there is the lake we can drown him.
Oh, and there's also the death fighting pit that you were so interested in. Maybe you could make double money.
Sunny has idea. Sunny worried it be line talking, but we kill him, and then Sunny make him get up and go attack his own guards, so they think they kill him.
Okay, that's frickin' genius. Okay, that's oh wow. Well,
I mean,
you should
but it
not drink
doesn't-
That, but wow, that is the time.
Would it make sense for a corporal to randomly turn on their own men? I still think the hag got so drunk and accidentally fell in and drowned in the lake.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. All right, we have a lot of options. How about we just see where this goes organically?
All right, and I'm gonna hold you to that. If we could get that 75 gold for me in writing.
Oh, yeah, sure. Give me your little.
You
booklet.
pulls out like a little notebook, and some ink and everything. Writes up like once corporal is dead, you owe me 75 gold, and then like hands it over for Ollie to sign.
Okay, Ollie's gonna sign it. Give me a second here.
Is this one of those things where What's the damn thing? It was the film. No, it was Series of Unfortunate Events. Third book. Or the film.
The third. Okay, so the third book. Where were they in the third book? In the
Getting married.
house. No, that was the first book.
That was the first book? So
Yeah.
it's the third book.
The third book is when they're on the house on the cliffside with their aunt.
Oh, yeah,
who's
that's
like
right.
all about.
Yeah, I might
on
be
Lake
getting which
Lacrimus.
books which confused with how the film did it.
Oh yeah, definitely. The film was a little because they like it at the end of the film. Yeah, so that is how the film ended, right?
Anyway, you write one name, but it's not your name. Don't owe Jack. Sorry, don't owe you.
I think,
It's not an IOU if you write the wrong name.
correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been ages since I watched it, but isn't the thing that she gets out with that Violet signs it with her opposite hand?
Yeah, because you have to sign it with your right hand, and then she goes, "I'm going to sign it with my left," and then the judge is like, "Yeah, that fucking works for me. You can't marry a child. You can't."
If you could
Yeah.
just make sure to put your signature like right under.
Well, that is my signature.
I highly doubt that. If you could just write your name.
That's my signature. Do you want to see my papers? Oh wait, I don't have any in this crazy world. Your signature is a middle finger. Just it felt appropriate.
Are you sure? Because I count 5 fingers there and a thumb on the end.
Holy shit, you're so right.
I thought that was intentional.
I'm a changeling. I can do that.
It just creates an extra finger so you know it's the center one.
I'm such a loser. Oh my god.
Whatever.
That wasn't on purpose. You just did that.
He looks at the other. You will look at the other 3. You will all make sure this is held accountable, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got a table of witnesses.
All right.
So... Okay, hold on. DM, I got a question when it comes to rules.
Yes?
When somebody casts Fireball, it creates a tiny little bead of light, right? And that's what flies at a target before, booming. What happens if that bead of light flies down somebody's throat?
That person will be geography. And
I think I know how to get rid of the body.
will continue as normal.
I think I just figured out how we dispose of the corpse.
Yeah.
By making it into multiple corpses. Interesting idea.
En flambe.
Wait a second. We can do one better. Okay, we're gonna put some canvases around. We're gonna sell it as art.
Oh my god. Any way to make a buck. Very stinky art.
All right. Are we gonna go back to the simpleton's farm or?
Yeah, I think we should probably the simpleton and head back to his place for the night.
The evening has worn on a little bit. Rengar finally reappears from round the corner where you've been hearing these very delicate loot plucking noises for a while. And they kind of glance their eyes around the room and it's like, is this all that I deserve as an artist? Fine. It is my time to shine. Attention,
Oh, okay.
everybody! Attention, everybody!
All right,
The
this is the time to
music is
go.
about to begin.
Yep, this is leaving time. You quickly begins moving.
Front row seat.
Once he gets to about this point, I'm guessing he can notice these people.
Yes. Yes, and the question of the hot tiefling will finally be answered. Oh, yes, are you all done with your little chat?
Yep, I think it's high time to go.
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. Nice to see you again, Gilbert. Misloth. Shall I take you back to the farm?
Yeah. You kind of turns towards the group. All right, we're going.
Right after this.
No, okay. I'm gonna wait outside. And you just kind of like moves and gets outside and starts leaning on the wall and waiting.
Trim will follow.
You know, if he's going undercover, it's probably good that he's not seen with us initially anyways, so
That's a fair point.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
I was going to see if I was going to go outside just to see if he was going to like murder that guy or something, but I don't know.
All right,
fine.
Ollie's been kind of just hiding under her cloak like this whole time, but she's going to change up her appearance now that, you know, sort of all eyes are not on her at all. So she's going to change into Shang Ollie.
Nice. From inside the pit, you hear the beginnings of a bard's song.
While waiting outside, you looks towards Trim. So how often is that pit used for fights instead of that garbage?
Rengar does find it a little distasteful. But, you know, they have a night off every week, so Vengar generally takes advantage of that.
And when is that night?
That is, let me think, that would be on Sundays.
And today is...
No, Wednesday.
Oh, love of the sun.
Oh, I can't make myself Shang Ollie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Arazid is enamored by this
There's like
performance.
3 of them in the corner.
I'm trying to.
You can just
I
hit
changed
delete.
my image. Yeah. Oh, I can hit delete.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Because
No
it's-
more Ollie.
Because it's an
Ah.
an actual token with its own attached image, instead of just like a square representation of your character artwork. But what we could do in the future is like send me the artwork you have of all of Ollie's different versions, and I
Okay.
can upload them, and then you could
All
just
right. Awesome.
request which ones. I might even be able to make it so you could do it yourself, but I'll have a look at that.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I guess I like doing that for the,
Either
print
way,
screen of it
yeah,
all.
you will have to send me the send me the artwork for it all.
I will. And I'll figure out some way for Ursula.
I just remember
anyway.
to add every single person we'd ever met ever to that list also, because they will also turn up at some point probably, if you liked them. It's a matter of time until you turn into a blue-skinned tiefling at this point.
Well, there is.
I was a tiefling once.
There is Lacustrine Ollie.
There
When
is
she was
Lacustrine.
trying to blend into the Blackwater Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
I said
And
then there's
blue-skinned tiefling,
Sand
not
Ollie.
giant tiefling
And
crazy
I was
person.
trying to hide in plain sight from
Yeah.
Rajat.
And then you have Cielba, so all you gotta do is mix Lake Ollie with Cielba and you got a blue tiefling.
Ooh, yeah. But right
Sounds
now
of
I'm
gentle
basically-
singing come from within the pits. We drink
very
to our
buff
youth,
Asian man.
today is come and gone, for the age of oppression is now nearly done, etc.
Arazid is enamored. He loves music, and also this person is really pretty, so he's just staring open-mouthed.
Oh yeah, Ollie's feeling the vibe.
As this song kind of builds up in its lyrics a bit more, Vengar walks very quickly over to the pit and hisses down at their sibling. Do you want to get fucking killed? Not that song! Rengar fades out the music that they were doing, stares at their sibling. Fine. If I must desecrate my artwork, you could at least bring me a drink. As long as we both have throats to drink it with.
There's two of them. Why are there two?
Two of who? The ravens?
The
Oh, yes. Yeah, the other one came around the corner earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what...
Is Arazid so drunk on just the fumes of the lime wine?
I think he's just stupid.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Such a
It's
himbo.
wonderful when the ranger has so low wisdom. Very characterful.
Anyway.
Something happened in the world? Where?
What's the world? Rengar begins to instead, slightly less animatedly, sing a song about the age of aggression. Instead of oppression. Trim and you just kind of stand there awkwardly outside for a while. When the current song is done, suddenly Darua makes a noise. They kind of hold their hands out very importantly in front of them and then just go clap, clap, clap.
Wait, the song's over? Clappy time.
Darua, yeah. Sunny claps more animatedly. Darua turns back to the two Kenku flanking them, and simultaneously they open their mouths, and just from within, you hear the same voice come from both throats.
That was demonic. I didn't like that.
Oh, fucking bird things. Hate them.
Well, don't worry. If the party ends up fighting them, Sunny has a cure for them.
Cure for their existence.
Yes, it is called his many, many fire spells.
Does another song start up?
It does. This one is not in common. Do any of you speak Elvish?
I do.
It is a sad song bemoaning the death of one who died far too young.
That's hit.
You're gonna have
That's
PTSD.
my brother. Oh.
Hello, PTSD. When did you get here? Oh, you brought
Here
the
we
family. Now I feel even more sad.
Yep. Okay. Ollie's just like about to let loose, like crying, like just basically hiding her ears in her cloak, just well, Shang Ollie just holding back emotion. Ollie.
Suddenly managed to successfully pick all the languages that nobody speaks. Except common.
Do Solas or Arazid notice Ollie's state?
Probably. Solas wouldn't really have a reason to pay attention to anything else, so... They kind of look across me like, you alright?
I just think maybe we should get out of here.
Fine. Solas gets up.
Ollie's gonna pull her big muscular body up and just... Oh. Brave face, brave face, brave face, brave face. Not going to address guy.
So Solas gives these two
Arazid
nods.
waves.
Solas just gives them a nod as he leaves.
The two will eye you and also give you a nod. Does Sunny accompany or does he stay for the whole set?
Oh, friends are leaving. Suddenly you leave with friends. Sorry. Got kind of distracted by things.
Ominous, but okay.
He doesn't know what the things were. They might have tasted of green.
Anyway, sorry, you guys came out of the tavern, so you'd all be more there. This is the quicker way. It takes you down the high streets. Yeah, this is the jeweler's shop. You might have seen my one of my friends popped into the bar. Her name is Misloth. She runs that place. And then my
What
other
kind of
friend
jewels do they
Gilbert
do?
runs that place. They mostly shine the blue stones that we mine here. And last I heard, Misloth had settled on the name Somebody Like Blue. I don't get it myself.
Very cute. Ollie's
I don't
going
get it
to-
either. Me or Sunny. Somebody like
Ollie's
blue.
someone like you. Ollie is going to side-eye the guard barracks as she goes past.
Wait,
Yeah.
this was the guard barracks.
This is the guard
Oh, I
barracks.
thought this was it. Yeah.
You're right.
Right, what was this one then?
That is the Lapis processing building.
Around
Right.
out here.
I can upload
Are you sure you're okay?
a more pinpointed version if you guys prefer. Like I did with Jurass.
I'll get it eventually. It's
Or
just
maybe
me,
we
or
should-
does this palm tree up here look really different from all the others?
Yeah. So what I did for this map was I found a map, and then I spent the better part of a week rearranging the map into what you see here, and then I decided it didn't have enough foliage, so when it was uploaded to Roll20 I put in some more tokens, and that is one of the tokens you can see.
Oh. Looks great.
Yeah, and wait until you see the
I would be saying that
Farm
with
at
a
the bottom.
completely straight face. A deliberately straight face.
no rainbows here. Very straight face. Anyway, Trim leads you back to his farm. The interior is split into 3 rooms. There is his storage and work room that he just gestures at but does not show you the inside of. Then he has his living quarters, and then he has his cooking quarters. The living quarters is basically just like a room with one proper bed in it, and then enough space for your sleeping bags to fill the rest of. And the cooking quarters is essentially a small side area that has a stove and a table in it.
Ollie's gonna change back into regular Ollie as she approaches, just to not, weird out Trim too much.
Oh, come in and please, everyone. Make yourselves at home.
You
Alright,
enters and
Solas finds a corner.
yep, as does you.
Any of you hungry? I still have some stew being kept warm from this morning.
I mean, if you're offering, not.
Oh yeah, Ollie could.
I
I
would-
could eat.
Yep.
That's 1, 2, 3 stew.
Sonny can share some paprika crisps. They have like in them, so people probably like them.
Paprika crisps.
Probably, honestly, even I can't seem to read that word.
Yeah, he will just fill up some cups of this stew. It has got figs inside. It's mostly a like sweetened fig stew. And then you have a hint of that very tart taste that you also had in the tavern. There are floating floating chunks of meat inside there as well.
I love me some floating meats of chunk.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This is really, it's sweet and savory. Oh, this is a bit better than the tasteless food we get from Sunny. Not that I don't appreciate it, I love it. This doesn't even need texture.
We have floating meats of chunk. We have it tastes of the spicy limey thing, and we have whatever the hell the crispy things are. Sunny shares in turn.
You all have a reasonably enjoyable meal.
Ollie, would you like some of my hot chalky?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
It is like super sweet and thick, and seems to warm you right up.
Oh, that really helps. I feel a lot better. Thanks, Arazid.
Arazid nods.
You just kind of sits there and eats the stew, and then just kind of sits against the wall and pulls out his book and begins writing.
I assume with that you will settle in for a night of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawn approaches and Trim is already up and has left. If you were to glance out of the window or leave the house entirely, you would see that he is digging. He seems to be making some kind of irrigation trench.
So, we're gonna begin this now, or we're gonna go forward with my plan?
I think your plan is a good plan to start out with, but I do think, however the situation changes, we should play it by ear.
Sonny's gonna go help the guy dig a trench in the sun, because helping people in the sun has never ended badly for him before, and Sonny's player is going to bugger off for 5 minutes.
So, I believe it's probably best for me to approach the barracks towards the evening then. So they accept and then try and ship me off to Jarrus. I'm not going to be able to really say no, am I? Speaking of which, I meant to go to the guild hall. Apparently, there is some kind of bounty for those wolves. Might be an interesting way to make a bit of extra coin as well.
Is there a particular thing any of you would like to do with your day, beyond what you has just laid out?
I think I'm happy to just stay around the farm and help out Trim while you goes on his adventure.
Sunny and Ollie are going to help Trim on the farm for the morning. Solas.
Arazid will as well.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Solas has kind of been out of the loop with the plan, so he's just kind of ready to do whatever. So yeah, whatever seems most exciting, I'll go for.
One is digging trenches, the other is walking around town looking for a bounty.
Let's go for the latter one then.
Alright. Which route would you guys take to get to the guild hall?
You would head right back to like the right this way, kind of back across here, and then go down the road.
Okay. And Solas will follow along. Alright. Stop there. Okay. So, right here, between these two buildings, there is an alleyway that is very dark because it is kind of the sunlight can't get to it because it is covered by two overlapping roof overhangs, and inside you can hear a voice saying, "Get off! No! Leave me alone!"
You kind of peers around the corner,
What's the matter,
trying not to get
baby?
seen. You just places a hand on his sword, kind of looks around before taking a step into the alley.
What you see is a man who has cornered a woman in an alleyway. As you put your hand on your sword and take a step forward, she looks up at you and her eyes ask for help.
You kind of smirks, "It'll cost you." And then he's going to draw his sword and kind of point it towards this person. "Alright. Who are you?"
The man ignores you. You don't get to run away from me, little lady. Get back
He's
here.
gonna walk up to this guy and like grab the back of his like collar and try and like throw him to the ground.
What do you think you are doing?
He's
You
gonna
can't
point his.
mishandle a guard.
Yeah, I really. Okay, this plan might not work then. And I really don't care.
Solas, would you react here at all?
Sorry, we kind of zoned out for a few minutes.
No problem. You doing alright?
Yeah. So, what's going on?
You and Solas are walking back through Main Street to go to the guild hall, when both of you hear the signs of an unconsensual interaction going on in the alley.
Okay, I know. Solas is, like, right behind you.
You has walked into the alley, sword in hand, has grabbed this guy off of this lady, and then he has declared that he is a guard.
Yeah, Solas is just looking down, and, like, at the woman just says, kind of gives a slight nod. Just as a sort of, now, please.
You kind of like looks towards the woman. All right, now we can talk payment.
You're gonna get him away, right? Or he'll just get
Oh
back
yeah,
on.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to turn around and leave if I don't get payment.
I have payment for you. I can't give it to you while he's here.
Good enough. All right. I think you've had a bit too much, friend.
Solas is now looking at you with a very much like, what the fuck, bro, sort of look.
It's taking you this long to get that look?
Well, no, it's sort of like the first time he said it and Solas picked up on it, that look would have gotten on his face. But like, my god.
All right, little guard. Scurry along.
He looks at the two of you. He sees now that there are two and it's not just his vision doing that. He sees that there are swords. He kind of grumbles. You don't quite catch it, but you get the sense it's not particularly kind words. And he staggers across the street and then enters into this building.
All right. Yu turns around, sheathing his sword. We probably have a couple minutes before more of his buddies show up. So, you look towards the woman. All right, payment.
As soon as he says that, Solas puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Okay, what the fuck?"
What? Nothing's free in this world.
Maybe
You think we're going to be able to do what we're trying to do by being gracious and charitable? No, I only care about myself. I'll backstab you too as soon as it benefits me.
Well, this is going to be a short-lived character in this party.
Or he's gonna have
No.
a great character arc ahead.
As soon as you say that, you see a face on Solas that nobody in the party has seen before.
Oh, he's
And
going to arc, all right.
It's the face of someone who's like, it's a mix of curiosity and a look of, you do not want to fuck with me. And he's like, oh really, that's cute.
You think you're bad, don't you, bitch?
My friend, I have had many people try to stab me in the back before, and it has failed miserably. Granted, that's because of the people that surrounded me helping out, but, well, I don't think this scenario is much different. So trust me, once you're in, you want to get out, please do so nicely.
The woman
Anyway.
kind of like steps between you two. She's like, I don't know what's going on here.
I'm sorry.
I hope you two can work it out.
I'm sorry. No, it's fine. Just my friend here, quote unquote friend. He's a downright asshole. I'm sorry. You don't need to. And Solas just drags you out of the alley.
Yu's going to attempt to resist a bit.
Go for it.
Okay, make a grapple check, you two.
You first.
So I can use acrobatics or athletics, right?
Yep.
They're both the exact same. But it makes more sense for him to try and do this.
Okay.
Weak.
Ah. You puts up a bit of a struggle, but can't really break free as he tries to dig in his heels and just leaves lines in the sand.
The woman will kind of follow the pair of you out into the street again. Will walk up to Solas and press something into the palm of his hand. Give this to Puri Toskobble if you are in need of help. And then she begins to run away.
What is it?
It is a 6-sided die, but the one is replaced with a skull.
Could be useful. Just kind of throws up in the air once, catches it, and puts it in his pocket.
Alright. He kind of like dusts himself off. And begins walking again. Alright. Guildhall. We go.
I really do like how this week you is Ollie. Because normally it's Ollie, you know, getting dragged around and doing a heckin'
like-
protest.
I feel like you is a bit. I don't know. Is he a foil? I just.
Look, man,
Like,
ever since
way worse.
Ever since Ollie tried to get between him and his boyfriend, he's just been like,
He's been grumpy. So true. He was like pretty tolerable before this. No offense. No, I love how you is played by the
Yeah.
Canadian.
Well, the worst thing is that unfortunately I don't get to be here every week, or else this would have like you would have seen his true colors a lot sooner.
yeah.
He's not the type that would have actually gone into the mustard cloud to save Solas. he'd be like,
Oh no, he would.
Oh,
See, he
throw
would
me
have,
the
and then he
ball.
would have like slapped him awake and be like, "Okay, I'm taking all your gold."
he'd be dead without me.
That's fine.
Who's
Enjoy
this
the
large figure exiting?
Yes, yeah, as you two approach, you see a large figure. He is not exiting. He is very gently sweeping the front facade of this building.
Is he actually that big compared to them?
He's fairly large, yes. Maybe not
So they have the
exactly.
giant doing the sweeping. This makes perfect sense.
Well, he is sweeping a building. The building is pretty tall.
He's sweeping away a building? How big is this guy?
He's
You kind of like walks up a
You
bit
know what
and
I
kind of
mean.
raises a hand like in kind of greetings. I heard this was a guild hall of some sort.
the man looks down at the pair of you. He drops his brush. Oh, yes. Welcome to
Well-
the city.
You kind of nods. And, what kind of guild hall is it?
This is mostly where the accounting gets done. It's also where I have my office.
Right. What's in accounting? Like,
You-
did you just count things?
I think so. I'm not too sure what they do.
All right. Well, I'll head on in and.
Wait, what is it you are after?
I got pointed in this direction about the bounty that might be on some wolves that are causing some issue.
This is me that you need to talk to.
Oh, good.
You must not know who I am. My name is Ulroch Quinton. I am the mayor of this lovely little town.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. So, the wolf problem that's going on and everything. How can we help? We're pretty seasoned in fighting capabilities.
That is wonderful news. There is a pack of wolves. They have been terrorizing this lovely people of this town. They are somewhere to the south, and we will pay. We will pay 5 gold pieces for every wolf's tail you bring back.
Fair enough.
Seems like a fun way to spend a day. This curse that they have and everything is that normal?
I I think so. It is not a thing that I've not heard of before.
All right, and roughly how many are there?
Well, Trim is the only one to have encountered them so far. I think he should still be up at the tower.
Oh no, we broke the curse, saved him and everything. We're staying at his farm and everything. All right. How many did he say again? I think he said like at least 3. We can probably at least double that number, maybe triple it. I'd say probably 10's a nice number to guess.
If you want to highball it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we should.
Likely. Again, just return with the tails, and I will give you the gold pieces.
All right, sounds easy enough. Pleasure meeting you. I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Of course. Have a nice day, noble travelers.
He kind of nods and begins walking.
He picks up his brush and he begins continuing to sweep the sand off of the building. As you two walk away, you hear him attempting to whistle.
So, we can do one of 2 things now. We can either go get everybody else and have to split this up a bit more, but it'll be a bit safer, or we can go ourselves and get a bit more money.
I mean, you're free to go off by yourself and die if you want to. So,
Oh, you.
I'm sure a few wolves weren't that bad, but you know what? We need to spend a day anyways. I might have already pissed
avoid
off.
walking near the edge of any cliffs anytime soon, or I suspect that character arc of yours is going to arc downwards.
I think it's going to arc upwards a bit first, though.
That's fair. That's fair.
I might
It's
have
going to
got
be
on the
quite the
bad.
impressive arc either way.
Yeah.
I might have got on the bad side of a guard, so I don't know if my original plan will work. So I don't know. And continues.
As you walk down, you see that the jeweler's shop that Trim pointed out yesterday is now open.
He's gonna kind of look towards Solas. I'm gonna check this place out. Not sure if you want to go ahead or not. Either way, I really don't care. And he just kind of enters the shop.
Solas will quietly follow behind you.
Good morning there.
Morning.
Hey.
Told this is a jeweler shop?
You see the figure behind, the one you saw in the tavern last night, is indeed a tiefling, and the picture doesn't really do her justice. There is like jewelry hanging off of everywhere that jewelry can hang from. So there are like lots of bands of jewelry, like all dressed up in her horns. There's some like beads woven into her hair. She's got a nose piercing, several ear piercings. There's a lip piercing with a ring dangling from it.
Did you make all this stuff yourself?
Indeed I do.
That's quite impressive.
Thank you very much. I can't say I'm the only one who does it. I have an apprentice, but he is currently asleep.
Oh. You kind of looks around. Is there anything like displayed, or is it just kind of a...
Yeah, there are like a couple of like little stone pillars around in which there are, you know, little bits dotted here and there. There is a necklace made of some like very flat pieces of lapis that have been meticulously polished and then bound together with some metal. A of some form. There are accompanying earrings. There is a circlet. And there are some random brooches, rings, things like that. It's all rather wonderful, isn't it?
Really is. Roughly, how much is the baseline price that we're talking here?
Well, my cheapest items would be these brooches. They're just display, they're to hold cloaks in place, things like that. They go for 15 gold. Actually, now I mention it, this circlet is on clearance as well for 15.
Alright, I'm gonna be doing some work here, and I'll have to stop back in then. Fortunately don't have enough on me at the moment, but I wouldn't mind picking up something, help a local business.
Oh, well, that is very kind. Whatever I don't sell here, I always ship up to my partner in Girath.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I remember her.
Well, I'll probably see you around or whatnot. I'm not sure if how long we're gonna be here, but we'll probably be stopping at the tavern every once in a while. Have a good day. And he kind of gives a bit of a wave.
I'm sure I'll see you at the tavern. Me and Gilly are there most nights.
Yes.
Oh, don't call him Gilly to his face, only I can do that.
Noted. Kind of like,
Yes.
you just kind of exits.
So as you heads out, Solas just walk his way up to counter, because he's a bit curious as he's kind of playing around with his magical ring on his finger. Just as, I just have a bit of curiosity. Do you happen to do appraisals?
Yes we can.
Right. Is there any cost tied to them at all?
No. I enjoy seeing new items come in.
Alright. Solas takes off his magical ring vessel, just places it on the counter.
This is the thing you've had since the beginning, right?
Yes. What about this?
She picks it up and kind of immediately drops it. There is magic here.
Oh, right, yes, sorry. I'm a bit of a unique individual.
Oh,
As you
we
can
all,
tell.
honey. She gives you a wink. But you notice that she picks up like a pair of very gentle looking pliers and uses them to handle the ring with now instead. She brings out like a very, very small cylinder that she puts an eye to, and then like examines the ring with the other end of this cylinder. Well, I will say beyond all of that, magic, this is a very beautifully crafted ring. I couldn't tell you how much the price would be for a magical item, but for a layperson's piece of jewelry, I'd say this is worth at least 100 gold.
Oh, that's no different. Desperate times come around. I've had this thing for a good while, so good to know. But thank you.
No, thank you, and good morning.
Yes, good morning. And he just takes it back, puts it back on its finger, and then there's a nod and walks out.
Several trenches have been dug. Trim moves on to trying to plant kind of slightly slippery seeds that he tells you are lime trees.
Right, Ollie tries to help him the best that she can, but they are very slippery.
He's quite gentle. He shows you how to do them in a very like caring way. It's just like, oh yeah, just like that. Oh, beautiful, yeah. Just make a little hole, pop it right in there.
Ollie tries. It's a little hard for her to be carrying right now because of her emotions. And she kind of just jams it into the hole, and it's so slippery it just springs right back out. And she's just.
Oh,
the
it's okay,
frustration.
it does happen sometimes. These are very sensitive plants. If you let them, they can help you grow and heal from yourself as well.
Ollie is seconds away from whipping out her rapier and just hacking all the shit to the ground. she needs to go take a break. Okay, I need a minute.
Grab yourself a little water from the lake, splash it on your face. That always does a bit of good. Don't beat yourself up over the little things. It's only a seed.
I can't take your positive energy right now, but I will go do that.
You go over to the river, begin splashing water in your face. You look up and you see Solas and you returning.
Hey guys.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
So, if we go after these wolves, might be a good way to spend a day, might take longer. 5 per week, 5 gold for each one that we kill.
And bring back the tail off, that's important.
Yes. We need to bring the tails to the mayor.
Why not the head?
He specified tails.
Tails are easier to cut off.
Bigger.
There's going to be a lot of cropped wolves around here.
I mean, because if you think about it, cut off a head, you cut through the entirety of the neck fat, which it's a lot. Like, that's just meat right there. Whereas a tail is just like a slight bit of soul and bone. It's easy. Either way, morbid details aside. So we're going to do this like tomorrow, or?
It's still pretty early. It's like not even 9 AM yet. Trim is a very early riser.
He come up with son. He good person.
And he's patient and friendly. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, it would be terrible if those wolves went, after somebody as nice as Trim again. So, yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's grab him. He's the only person who's seen them. We're gonna have to at least get him to guide us a little bit.
So, what did you two get up
Tell
to?
us where it is. We went to a guild hall, and then stopped by the jeweler.
I am not going to come with, but I will tell you where they were.
Yep.
Go out south to the edge of the basin, and then you need to head in a southeasterly direction for about an hour.
Could be a good afternoon exercise, why not?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have lots of little friends to plant here.
So wholesome.
Yep.
Is that a fairly unanimous go and hunt some wolves for an afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go tell some dogs that they were bad.
Fair enough. Considering the time, we're going to leave it there for this week.